So today we're here to demonstrate a nutrition response test. So we have a patient here on the table and we're going to perform a full workup from start to finish. So we start with a hand off of the body and we will lift his arms straight up. Do you have any shoulder problems?
No.
Okay. I'm going to keep the elbow locked, the palm facing down towards the floor so that we can isolate the deltoid muscle. I'm going to have a gradient pressure, so I'll start with just a gentle pressure with instructions to just match my resistance. I don't want you to go too far up and push as hard as you can, so if I add more pressure, he'll add more pressure. And we're looking for what we call a lock. At that point where I continue to add pressure, his arm just will not move any further. Now, I'll take my outstretched palm and place it over his umbilicus and ask the same, match my resistance. And to that, he can't hold a lock, and that's normal in this part of the exam. We're going to put his thumb and pinky together at the beginning here to check for switching, match my resistance. He has a good lock. We're going to put his thumb and pinky together on the right. Keep it at your side, please. Match my resistance. And he's unable to hold a lock. So we have switching on the right with his eyes open. We're going to take our stressor test kits and find out if there is some way that we can get him to hold a lock on the right with his eyes open while maintaining that thumb and pinky in that position. Match me here. So still weak. Still weak. Still weak. There we have a lock. So that is chemicals. Keep your thumb and your pinky put together. We're going to touch these right here. Match me here. Match me here. Here. So we tested real strong down at, we're going to try just one of them. Let's try this guy right here. Plastic mix. Remember that one?
Plastic.
Yeah. So we test for plastic being a problem that's causing some confusion in his nervous system and some switching. People who are switched, you can keep that at your side, but keep the thumb and pinky together. People who are switched have confusion of the nervous system. And what these people will report is that they don't respond the way a normal person or a typical response would be to a certain substance. So for example, someone might take Benadryl. Most people would become drowsy on Benadryl. They might get excited. Or these people could drink a pot of coffee and fall right to sleep. Caffeine has no effect on them, or it has the opposite effect on them. Typically, these people may even have tried multiple over-the-counter supplements only to find that these products may give them relief of their symptoms for 3 or 4 days, and then they completely stop working or they get worse. If they have medications that they take, the doctor may struggle to find a medication that works for them because it keeps changing. It would seem like it helps and then it doesn't, or they just don't work and they don't work and they don't work. These people typically have health issues that just don't get handled when they should have resolved by now. So since you tested for plastics, we're going to put this substance on your body and see if it strengthens your reflex with that thumb and pinky together. And that gives it a real good lock. So this handles the switching. Open your thumb and pinky on that side. We're going to keep this on his body for the rest of the exam. Bring this down just a smidge. There you are. So we're going to test, match me here. We have a front brain is weak. Top of the brain is strong. Back of brain is strong. Cerebellum is strong. Pituitary is weak. Hypothalamus is strong. Pineal is strong. Frontal sinuses are weak. Close your eyes for me. Eyes are weak. Open them if you want. Maxillary sinuses are weak. Tonsils are weak. Thyroid's weak. Heart test weak. Liver is weak. Good. Good. Okay. We have weakness in the ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon, sigmoid colon. Bladder strong, prostate's under stress, kidneys good, adrenals good, kidneys good, adrenals good. Now I happen to know that we have an issue on, is it your left knee or your right knee?
Right knee.
Right knee.
Yeah.
So we'll just put some gentle pressure on right knee, and right knee goes weak. So we're going to put them into a priority mode. Everything that tested weak, we're going to find out what the body thinks is the most important thing that we handle first. So take your middle finger and put it in the crease of your thumb just like that. Get that right here. And we're going to check front brain again. And now that's strong. We're going to check your hypothalamus. That's strong. We're going to check your pituitary. And that test's weak. Close your eyes. And eyes are now strong. Frontal sinus is strong. Maxillary strong. Tonsils still weak on tonsils. Thyroid strong. Heart strong. Liver strong. Stomach strong. Ascending strong. Transverse strong. Descending strong. Sigmoid strong. Prostate strong. Left knee. Right knee. Right knee still weak. Okay, so you can undo this. So what was still weak? We had pituitary,
tonsils,
and
right knee.
And right knee. So we're going to take this hand. I want you to put your thumb right here in that little groove, and your index finger right there. Those are the K27 points in acupuncture. We're going to check pituitary, and pituitary stays weak. Tonsils go strong, and right knee goes strong. So his pituitary is priority. So you can undo this. So that tells us out of all the organs that are under stress, his pituitary is the #1 thing that we have to handle. And you have some GI problems? Pituitary is really important for controlling digestion. It is the most overlooked organ as far as digestion goes. This person, if they have digestion problems, they may go to the doctor who puts them on some type of acid reducer or something like that. Did the doctor ever do that to you? No. Okay, keep that straight. And match me here. So we're looking for something that makes that reflex go strong. When we put this on him, immediately something goes strong. We're going to see this is food sensitivities. So there's certain foods that he's not digesting, or they're not working well inside his body. We tested all 3 sugars: brown sugar, cane sugar, white refined sugar. And we put these homeopathic resonances on his body and we test. He's got a super strong reflex, which means his body is having a problem digesting those 3 sugars. If we take the rest of the foods and put them on his body, none of them else cause a lock, so there are no other foods that are interfering with his body's ability to process sugars which are affecting the function of his pituitary gland. So we're going to put a substance on his body to see if it has the effect of helping to break down those undigested sugars. And sure enough, this product does a very good job. So we're going to remove that from the body and put it back in the weakened state. And we're going to test the rest of the stressors on the pituitary. And there's more stressors. So let's put your hands right here on this one here, please. And test. Okay, so that's 1 immune challenge. Not that one. Not that one. And not that one. So the 1 immune challenge, I have a substance that will help boost the body's immunity, enhance the immune system for that specific challenge. And there it is. So this handles it very well. We're going to check for some other stressors. Nope. Nope. And lastly, one last stressor I checked for, and no. So we've checked his body for heavy metals, toxic chemicals, food sensitivities, immune challenges, and external scars on the body that can cause problems with the transmission of nerve impulses along the body. The only thing that he tested for was immune challenges and food sensitivities. We're going to put these products on his body. We're going to see how that tests now. Now that reflex of that pituitary gland is strong, we're going to run back through and check every single other reflex on his body that tested weak initially to see if they are now strong. So we had front of the brain, which is now strong. We have frontal sinus, close eyes. We had eyes. We had maxillary sinus. We had tonsils. We had thyroid. We had heart. We had liver. We had the whole colon. 1, 2, 3, all parts of it. And we had the right knee. And right knee stays weak. Right knee is the only thing that doesn't get strong on this program. We're going to test that knee. So what I want you to do is index finger to the thumb. And that does not make it strong. That's a test for structural problems. Second finger. That's a test for chemical, and that goes real strong. Third finger. And that's neurological. That's not the problem. So he's got a chemical issue going on down in that knee. So let's see if we can figure out which chemical it is. Open your hand. I want you just to touch a few of these for me while I keep my hand on the knee reflex and match me. Then immediately it goes strong. Let's see which one it is. Let's try that one. And immediately that goes strong. So we test and we find there's chlorine. So we're going to touch this with the chlorine vial, and he goes super strong with that on him. Drank much tap water?
I did for years.
Okay.
Years and years and years. But last year it's been bottled water.
Okay.
But years of a lot of tap water.
So he probably got himself exposed that way. We are going to put some substances on to remove those chemicals right here. We'll see how this tests. And that tests super strong. So we're going to keep this bottle on there because one of his main complaints is knee pain, and we definitely want to make sure we handle that. So let's do everything else got strong on his program, so we just need to add some drainage products to help the body to rid itself of these things. So we're going to test one product here, and that's not the greatest. Let's test another product here, and that one tests super well. So thank you for joining us for this video on nutrition response testing. You can let this relax. What we do with this is we test the body to find out what organs are under stress. We take our stressor kits and find out what specific stressors are specific to this person's problems. We figure out which whole food supplements would help the body to eliminate those stressors, and then we put them on the body and we make sure that every reflex of the body that tested weak now tests strong. In future videos, we're going to explain how we dose the patient, and then we'll even go over how this will help in the future when we retest to find out if this program's working to actually help this person get rid of their symptoms.